Wow. Ouch. Alright, is there panic? Dear viewers, about half a year ago I published a special video on the channel, available only to supporters, showing my entire breeding setup. And under the post informing about this video, I heard a lot of comments like, "Come on man, show all of this to the public." So, responding to these comments, in today's episode I will show you absolutely all of my animals. The video might take a while because we have to check out, let's see, 1, 2, 3 shelves plus what's on the table, plus there's still a surprise over there. Of course, I won't be talking about all the specimens I have on the wall, like those spiders, those beetles, other things, and the thousands of insects that are in the cabinet, because the video would probably take us 2 days. And we'll start with the most boring part, which is the small spiders, because that's the least fascinating. So all of this has to go here, and here we have it in all kinds of containers. Let's see what's interesting here. First up is the tank spider. This is a female Eresus from Vulcanaria, which is a spider you can find in southern Europe. And that's a kind of bubble. This one is pretty grown, but I don't think it's an adult female yet. She's really funny. She's so chubby and very scared. Alright, we won't bother her here, but everything is sticking. Oh my goodness, they have such a terribly sticky web. Next, there's a mysterious food box, which is from my friend. And here sits a spider that I'd like to make a video about because it was found at a gas station by my friend. This is what's called a bridge orb weaver. We'll make a separate video about it. These are spiders that are very often found on bridges or even on balconies. And they're on my balcony too. As for these square containers, here's what I have. Ornithoctonina spinus fungi is an undescribed spider species, considered low and somewhat messy with a bit of fungus. It will be beautiful blue. For now, it's just a little one. Here you can see it's sticking out. Next, there are 2 specimens. Chilobrachys space electric blue, now known as Chilobrachys natanicarum. It got its own name. There are 2 little ones here, but I'm not showing them now because we'll move on to the adult females later, and they are beautiful. There's also a little gem here, which is Salmopius emeraldus, which I have no idea where it is. Oh, there it runs. You know, just a tiny spider as well. Nothing interesting now. It'll get interesting as it grows. Finally, a gem from Taiwan, Macrotelesp Taiwan. These are spiders that are quite venomous and very defensive. Here, all that remains of their presence is a hole in the ground. I'll show it to you in macro because the spider is fantastic. However, I kind of dream about Macrotelegigas, which is the largest of this whole genus, the front devil. If anyone has one, let me know. What's next? Here are 3 Zenestis and Manis specimens. But these are still just little ones. These are spiders bred by my friend. Oops, you know, just tiny things. Also nothing special, really. Grey spiders are here. They'll grow large and turn somewhat pink. Here's another gem. Platetomyces octomaculatus. I hope it hasn't escaped this container, or that'll be a problem. The spider is beautiful, a yellow blob that even had its own episode. We still have these containers. There's another gem here I'd love to record an episode about. It's a predatory bug from the Raduvidae family, or assassin bugs, with a cool proboscis. But I won't reveal too much about it to you. We'll save that for a separate video. Here's also a little one of this bug. There are film canisters, which are these small containers where I keep small spiders. And here are some, you see, electrical things. So basically nothing interesting. Well, these small spiders, you know, they're small, so there's not much to show. This is interesting. Here sits Ancylometes. And these Ancylometes are spiders that are semi-aquatic. That means, like our Dolomedes, they live near water. What's interesting is they're huge. In the center of the frame is a preserved female Ancyllometes espius ama. And compared to other true spiders, they're really gigantic. The leg span is over 10 km, so I hope this specimen will also grow to that size. There are also 3 more containers. I don't know what type of spider this is. I got it a while ago and think it might be a Lasiodorides. But we'll find out when it grows up. And I'm not getting rid of it, precisely because I don't know what it is. It's helpful to track your collection. Also, I don't know what this is or remember it. However, in this container sits a little rarity. It's a Trigmopius speculi, bred by my friend. Very beautiful kind of velvety tarantulas from India, if I remember correctly. And here too, we're just waiting for it to grow up. You can see the burrow, it's cool and rare in collections. With the boring part over, let's move on to these boxes. Because here are the big spiders, and over there is that rascal, because things are happening there. Yeah, things are happening. And here we do the same trick. Cool, we have 5 containers and we'll go one by one from that slope. So here we have Theraphosa blondie, the famous Goliath bird eater. So it's probably the heaviest spider in the world. This is a female that hasn't yet reached her full size. Here you can see her next to my hand, so she's not very big yet, but she will be very big, at least I hope so. Incredibly voracious tarantulas. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And sometimes they also like to show their fangs, just like that. Wow. But she hit that tweezer so hard I felt it all the way up my arm. Yeah, so that's what kind of little guy this is. Next, there are 2 pieces of the spider, which was one of the main characters in the last episode. So this is Pelinobius muticus, a beautiful beast from Tanzania, also a very feisty creature. Oh, it's already starting to hiss, and it's already going to act up here. All right, we'll leave the female alone. The other one is worse. Seriously, because one is pretty calm, but the other one is a little devil. Thanks for watching. Oh, maybe she'll dance a little more for us. Yes, that's a great defensive technique. Well, that's the female that's crazy. All right, but we won't bother her here. Let her dance over there. Later, there's a spider that gave me quite a surprise. It's the so-called Formictopus species. Green gold carapax. Maybe that means nothing to you. It's a spider from the Dominican Republic with a striking gold-green color on its carapace and leg thighs. But I bought this spider a long time ago. It'll be 3 years soon. And it was supposed to be a male. Well, it turned out to be a female. In the meantime, its value has increased by about 3 times. And as you can see, she's also the kind of spider that sometimes likes to bite a little. And finally, there's my mascot, though I know that's not the nicest term. An adult male Tliltocatl or Pilosus named Piotrus sometimes likes to walk around. Piotrus, no, not this one. Don't walk around. No, 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 no. God. Hey, 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 you, Jomo. That's such nonsense. You need to watch him so he doesn't fall or get hurt, but he's very nice, fluffy and cuddly. We've gone through 5 containers and seen 5 big spiders, but the biggest one is here. And why is he here? Because today, when I boldly tried to take these containers down to record the video, I saw that something was happening in this container. And now, take a look carefully. My biggest spider, Theraphosa apophysis, which is the cousin of the Goliath bird eater, compared to my hand, is this big. It's a giant. She just decided that she's going to molt. It was a surprise, or maybe not, since she was sluggish and I suspected something might be wrong. However, here's an interesting fact. Look at what she's wearing. That little rug, that fuzz, kind of like on my chest when I go gray. Then there's a rug of urticating hairs that protect the spider during the molting process from potential predators, in this case, from me. And the Theraphosa genus, and not only it, actually covers itself with these hairs that are incredibly irritating. If I were to stick my finger in there now, which would be completely stupid because it could mess up her molting and she could even die, then afterwards pretty much everything would itch. So as soon as I finish recording, I'll set up the camera here. Now, very gently, don't touch this. I placed this container here to keep it controlled. I'll set up the camera to record a time lapse, since I've never filmed a spider this big molting. We're done with the big containers. Now it's time for the top shelf, which means all these little containers. And we're doing the trick again. It took a while. There are quite a lot of these containers. And we have to go through all of these here. Right in the corner is Pamphobetius sp. Antinous, which is a huge giant spider from South America hiding there in its burrow. I'm just shamelessly a little... Oh, right, show yourself. He made a loop. Well, this is a really wild creature in general. He's very, very feisty. A beautiful black spider with red hairs on his abdomen. He's very lively and growing fast, so he'll be moved soon. I also have 3 containers here. 1, 2, 3. With a spider called Inhabitants marinus. And I won't show him to you because they are actually, well, they're hidden underground. However, I'll show you this spider using this terrarium we have in the center of the frame, because there's an adult female of this species there, but we'll get to that later. Of course, I have 2 specimens of Carabena versicolor, which is like a plush toy from Martinique. So tiny, right? They're beautiful. When young, they're entirely blue. Well, and now it's a terribly scared specimen, but they're wonderful spiders. They really look like they're made of plush. And I have 2 of them here. This one is a female. What's next? Here's Pamphobetius sp. Platyoma, which is an absolutely beautiful purple spider, which is huge, which is an adult male, and which looks more or less like this. They lie down on the tweezers in a funny way when you put them there. Well, that's awesome. This adult male is new and will likely need a home soon. Speaking of colorful spiders, I have to show you this. Here's the Cereopagopus lividus, a spider from Southeast Asia, which isn't purple, but it's blue. And I hope this female doesn't bolt on me here. All right, there's panic. All right. We have an escape. But look how nicely blue it is. But now what am I supposed to do with you? Tell me. It absolutely can't go into the closet. That's basic. Damn. Okay, now it's going to fight back too. Yeah, great. You did an amazing job, really. First she ran away and now she's clowning around here. Oh. Well, it's generally funny. We're doing it the old-fashioned way. So you have to boldly catch the spider and put it in a container. And now you can also admire it for a bit. A great spider, though it loves to run. What's next? Pamphobetius sp. Magna Negra, another adult male in the Pamphobetius genus. Also quite nice, although honestly, he's not as colorful as his predecessor. Oh, and this one is going to put up a fight. He's more, I don't know, purplish, something like that. Now you can see, here is the second Lividus, the one that just ran away from us a moment ago. We're leaving him alone since he has a nice burrow here. I won't dig it up, so he'll stay there. Here it's an arachnid, not a spider. And it's none other than an amblypyga, which is this funny little creature known from Harry Potter. Very fast, non-venomous, harmless, exactly. It's seriously super funny. I've never managed to record it hunting before. I know it hunts because the cockroaches disappear. Everything is ahead of us. In the other corner is another beautiful Pamphobetius. Also, I would say, yeah, kind of pinkish. And that's pretty much it. So, another adult pink spider. Come on, Teddy, give back the tweezers. No? Done. The beast is here. So, Hilobrahe is on Tani Harum. A large, possibly not fully grown female might reveal herself, but let's move her further into the light. There. So, will you show yourself to us? Oh, alright, she's going to bite. Dekel W, yes, she's definitely going to bite, but she's beautiful. And that blue color that appears on her legs is, well, it's pseudo, but she also has really shiny chelicerae. Just beautiful. You showed yourself really well, girl, very nicely. This is one of the 2 big specimens I have. I'll show you the other one later. And we have 2 containers left. Here is Aphonopelma morae, which is a very rare, very expensive spider that currently doesn't represent anything at all. It's ugly, grayish brown. Oh, there it is. Come on, show yourself. It's funny she bites, since she's such a little bubble. Well, you can maybe see some hints of blue already, but when this spider grows up, it's going to be a real firecracker. Just out of this world, it'll be incredibly blue. For now, it's just fat and probably getting close to, although maybe not yet. We'll see. I hope it molts soon since it's growing slowly. And we still have this rascal left, that's Lephistius ornatus, a trapdoor spider that builds those characteristic burrows. And I'd really like to record how it jumps out of its burrow. but you have to do it gently. Oh, I guess today isn't its day. Anyway, the rascal is sitting at the entrance. Well, here's the burrow. There's a spider inside. You can see its legs, so let's not disturb it. Oh, I nearly forgot another spider. Ogocephalus ozendami, a beautiful African tarantula. Just look at how it looks. I mean, because it's a female. It's absolutely stunning. Her carapace is just amazing. It looks like some kind of talismans or decorative elements from ancient Egypt. It's really incredible. A beautiful spider. And that's about it for these containers. Now we need to move on to those containers, the lower ones. I have just a few of those containers. So one by one, what's here? Steraphosa blonde, one specimen. Here's the second specimen. They're juveniles, but the same species I showed you earlier. We have a male and a female. They're really quick. Nothing special. I'm just waiting for them to grow up and get big too. Here's an interesting fact. There's still no spider in this container. It's something we call a whip scorpion. So it's another non-venomous arachnid. Will it bite or not? Well, yes, it would bite a little. Anyway, these are great animals that can shoot almost pure acetic acid. My hand doesn't smell, so it didn't use it. However, they're amazing to observe. And let's cover it up. In these containers, I also have quite a few Pamphobeteus species. Among others, here is Pamphobeteus sp, probably hexa. That probably doesn't mean anything to you either. It's just another one of those breeding species, a bit different from the others. That's more or less how it looks. Here's a beautiful spider, Grammostola iheringi. The female is characterized by having these red hairs on the abdomen. Otherwise, she'll be navy blue and gray. She didn't even spill the water bowl, which is nice. Here is the crown jewel, Pamphobeteus ultramarinus. A male who, interestingly enough, already has a new owner lined up once he matures. That's because these spiders are highly sought after by breeders. So a buddy of mine messaged me here and said he wants him once he matures. But, you know, that's only going to happen in about a year. He still has 2 molts left. This is Brachypelma baumgarteni. At least I hope so. There was drama with these spiders. It seems legit. I hope everything will be fine. Also, I grew a mushroom for her. Awesome. Zenestis spinus bright. Aha, so she's soaking her mouth. Yeah, there's nothing like sitting in a water bowl. A beautiful spider that will be very velvety when it's an adult. Such a contrast. I'll show you a photo of an adult female of this species. Here is Zenestis intermedia, featured in a recent video. It's small and has mold, so I'll need to change the substrate. Just a little bubble. Honestly, you know, yes, with small spiders, there's really nothing to be amazed about. Here's another Pamphobeteus, this time Spafortis. So another Pampuch. And here's something interesting. If you watch my channel, you know Scolopendra sp whitelegs lives here. And it's in a double container because it once tried to escape through these little holes. So for now it's still here, but I'm waiting for the next molt. Then I'll be able to move it to a bigger container. A frightening creature, especially since it can grow up to 40 centimeters long. Let's say this is 20, right? So it will be twice as long. A nightmare beast. We're finished with the plastic. Only the terrariums remain. So that's 1, 2, 3 shelves with glass tanks, each holding different animals. And we'll start with this shelf, at the top of which are the aviaries. Both contain unhatched butterfly cocoons, including atlas and other emperor moths. I'm just waiting for them to hatch. That's what it is, just waiting. So it's a very, very fascinating activity. Below are terrariums with tarantulas, mainly from the Brachypelma genus, including Brachypelma smithii. This is the real smithii, a rare breeding species. Very beautiful. Its cousin Brachypelma hamori is owned by my mom. That's her only tarantula. Well, it's a bit less contrasting. This one is beautiful. It's a female. And I'm waiting for her to molt again. Here is Pamphobeteus species magna negra. It's very secretive and has its burrow here, as you can see. A gap which I rarely see. I'll show it to you in macro. Below are 2 more Brachypelma spiders. So Brachypelma classic, which is somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. It's hiding in its burrow. A very beautiful reddish-brown creature. And here is my favorite Annabelle, which is Brachypelma oratum. She molted just 2 weeks ago. I've already fed her once. Maybe she'll show herself to us a little, huh? Because it's dark in here. Oh. No. You're beautiful, so fresh, pretty, and striking. Simply a marvel. Seriously, it's such a beautiful spider. Unfortunately, spiders like this don't have it easy in the wild because of being collected and because of predators. And probably in captivity, at least in Europe, there are more of them than in the wild. That just got a bit sad. Oh my goodness, what have you done with this bowl? Jesus, I changed your water just 2 days ago. Well, shh. It's honestly worse than with a child. So here we have Nandochromatus, which is a tarantula that doesn't have a Polish name. She's also the type that likes to come out to people sometimes, or at least for food. Oh. She'll be getting close to molting too. Very feisty spiders, but I recommend them, for example, as a first one to keep. Great choice. On the side is Grzesiu, my big black scorpion hiding behind the tube. I'll show him to you too. Grzesiu is very well behaved, even though he's huge. The scorpion species is Heterometrus spinifer. One shelf is empty except for a terrarium that isn't on it. This terrarium houses another trapdoor, a spider known for making unique burrows. And the burrows are covered with flaps. Here's a flap. Actually, caring for this terrarium and spider is such that I haven't seen it even once since... I last made a video about it about a year ago. Seriously, I pour in a bucket of water here once every 2 weeks, give it some cockroaches, which disappear so the spider is hunting. And seriously, I haven't seen it for a year, which is a bit sad. But that's just the reality of keeping trapdoors. Now this shelf, and here we have another specimen, Brachypelma. This time it's Brachypelma baby, which is a very beautiful Mexican spider that looks just like this. A very nice but rather feisty female, even though Brachypelmas are usually known for being calm. But she is... Exactly, she is the type that really likes to eat. Now she already figured out that this isn't food. Alright, maybe she hasn't figured it out after all. I think she's hungry, but she's also a wonderful spider. She's a bit of a panicker, but I still like her. There's a beast in this terrarium, and actually we can take it out. Oh, I take back what I said, we'll never take her out. She bunkered herself in here. She's sitting more or less in this corner, and I don't want to chase her out because I don't know if she's getting close to molting. However, this is a female Hylobrachysnata niharum, which you also saw in one of the videos. A very large, very blue, very beautiful, and very defensive female. And right next to it is something that I'm preparing one of the upcoming videos about, and it's not a spider, but a scorpion. Hadrurus arizonensis, collected this year in Arizona, is a wild-caught specimen. It's a light yellow, really cool scorpion that doesn't have strong venom, but looks like it's super deadly. And I don't want to tell you too much about it now, but I'll definitely dedicate a separate episode to it. On the side is Iphibopus murinus. Like I said, I'd show you, though I think that'll also be something... Evacuation time, but alright, let's try. Oh wow, guys, I thought it would be worse. And that's all we saw of her. Yes, this is a spider that will fiercely defend its burrow. And it's actually called the skeleton spider because on its legs, which by the way have this beautiful gasoline-like sheen. Well, alright, on its legs it has this pattern that actually looks like a skeleton, but you can see it. No, there's no way you could do it in real life. I'll show you on some other shots. However, it's a stunning spider from French Guiana. In the next terrarium, a little escape artist is just trying to get out. Yesterday, she also ran away on me when I tried to feed her. This is an Avicularia, which is one of the first, if not the very first, tarantula species ever discovered. I'm grabbing her boldly to show her colors. Look how funny she's positioned herself. I'll let you go in a moment, but as you can see, she's kind of bluish green. And now we're letting her go. There you go, run along to your home now. No. The next terrarium is empty. There's nothing inside. This one has a South American spider. A real spider, not a tarantula. And this is Cupienus sale. Interestingly, it's called the tiger spider. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Oh, right. Hey, don't run away from me, you crazy one. Well, that's how she is. She's beautifully colored. This is the so-called Belize form. She looks a bit like a Brazilian wandering spider, but she's not a Brazilian wandering spider. Not at all. Not in any way. And the coolest thing about her is how she looks from the front, because she looks really scary. Oh, just about like that. A little marvel. And she also positions herself in that characteristic way, just like spiders from the Catenidae family do. Just like wandering spiders. I don't think she's from the Ctenidae family. It's amazing how she flattens herself and even wants to... Do you see that? She's really flat and she's running away. Beautiful. Let's go. At the bottom, of course, sits the biggest goofball of the whole group, which is my leopard gecko, that is Leosh. He's such a dummy. No. Will there be something or will there be nothing? Ow. So, did you get that it's not food, right? I still haven't taught her that a finger isn't food. It's a tough lesson, she's very resistant to learning, but she's a wonderful creature. And yeah, that's how she lives here. And below there's my other pet, the boa constrictor, who's currently hiding here. I can't really show him to you because I don't want to force him out of there. Maybe you'll be able to see something. Oh, you can only see the skin. So right now he's lying on the heating mat and warming himself up, so I won't disturb him here. Anyway, this is a royal boa or boa imperator with the IMG gene, which will make him black and very shiny in the future. Oh, a real gem. At the very bottom, there are 3 terrariums again, with 2 spiders from the Pamphobateus genus, which means it's Pamphobateus tigris. This terrifying spider is a nightmare to handle. It bites, scratches, and pinches. Oh, this one is the most offensive. A spider like the one I have. Seriously, it beats all those other things. You're out of your mind. It's a disaster. This is Grammostola grossa, one of the largest in its genus. She's still small, but what are you doing here? Why are you walking backward? Apparently, that's what she wants to do. Here's a spider I taught to dance, Pamphobateus espinigricolor. I'll show you. When you pour water here, she sometimes waves her legs like this, making it look like she's dancing. So they're also really funny little creatures. This terrarium is empty. This terrarium is empty. Here's a live spider wart. The spider moved to a new owner. This terrarium is empty too. And this glass, exactly the same size as the terrarium for the boa, which was made especially for my shelves, is looking for a new home. It's looking for an idea for an inhabitant. And here I leave you the comment section. Let me know what you would like to see in this terrarium. Preferably not a snake, since Dizio is currently my only one. But in December or January, I'm preparing a bombshell for you. It's going to be... I think you'll be satisfied. Here I wanted to put a group photo of some spiders. We'll see how it turns out. For now, let it stay empty. The last terrarium houses a female Brachypelma baumgarteni, my second specimen. She's big and just molted recently, if I recall. Here's the molt. I'll show it to you and take it out. That's it. So, as you can see, there's quite a bit here, but it's not a huge breeding operation. It's not a big zoo. I have maybe, I don't know, a few dozen spiders. If you want, you can count them and let me know how many spiders and other creatures you came up with. Not counting the dozen or so egg sacs. Let me know what you think of this showcase. I wanted to mention that. Hey,